Hi, I've received a new deck that I've ordered called Earth Warriors Oracle, which is quite fitting really, considering my previous videos, if you've watched them, about sort of harnessing nature, the power of Mother Earth, to sort of help you ground, heal, and to connect with your own consciousness, and sort of block out all the outside noise. So I'm doing some sort of various energy teachings, but tonight I thought I'd just do a quick reading. It's been a weird couple of days for me. Looking at this whole virus situation and the sort of times we're in, some people think it's a pandemic and that coronavirus is either natural or man-made virus. I mean, it is a virus, that's for sure, that is capable of death if people are already susceptible. But some people are looking at it like that. Other people are seeing a much, much bigger picture of what's going on with the corruption in the world and what's behind this virus, and a whole story at play. I'm not going to go into it now, but it gets very, very, very dark. And we know it goes on in the world, and some of us are lucky enough, this sounds awful, but it's true, lucky enough to turn a blind eye and carry on with our lives because it doesn't affect us in our daily lives, or so we thought. But actually it does affect us. It affects all of us, and I'm really feeling it. I know that we're going through an ascension process at the moment, the whole earth. So the whole earth has shifted its vibration, and it's vibrating at high frequency. So basically more light is shining on the earth right now, and it's showing up the darkness, the lies, the corruption, etc. So that's why it's all coming out. There's so much stuff coming out right now, which is fantastic, because we need to start afresh and we need to live differently. We need to get rid of this corruption. So now is one of these times where, well, do excuse me, my husband's coming in. John, I'm just doing a video quickly. I've forgotten where I was. Yeah, so now I'm just going to pause it for a second. Sorry, let my husband come. Yeah, sorry about that. I got disrupted. So as I was saying, everything's coming to light now. So it can be really, really difficult. There are some people that are getting paid, staying at home, merrily going along their way. Well, not merrily, let's face it, we're all at home and not able to be with our loved ones, but still, it's not that bad. There are some of us that have had to close businesses, some of us that have lost loved ones during this time. Super tough, but still have a house over our head. There are some people in the world all the way down, to the poorest of people that are starving and there's no food. I don't want this to be depressing, but this is the state of things we're in. And then there's darker stuff than that I'm not going to go into at the moment. So it's tough. It's tough facing all this. I'm a human, I'm a healer. I've been a nurse for 18 years. I'm sensitive. I'm a super sensitive person. I'm an empath. I feel other people's emotions. So at times like this is bloody difficult. But you can't stay in that emotion. You cannot stay in that fear. You cannot stay in that hurt and sadness and poverty and all of it. So you have to know that this is going on, because you have to be informed so you can, make your mind up in the near future about things going to happen, choices you're going to have to face. So anyhow, I thought tonight was a good time to pull out a card and see what's going on. So I shuffled, I connected to a greater consciousness, and I shuffled, and this card fell out, and I just thought it was really apt, so I thought I'd read it to you. So here we go. I picked up the wrong card. Two fell out. This one is a medicine horse, and it is about connecting with earth, connecting with your own consciousness, going through your own healing process, all about finding out who you are, your own consciousness, etc. So that is very apt, and I thought it was really apt for me, especially to help you and look at grounding and protection, which we've done. And I'm going to look at helping you meet your guides and know who's got your back, basically, in spirit. So that will be my next thing that I'm going to do. So I'm just going to put that aside and show you this card that came out. So it's a beautiful card. So there's great eagle, there's babies, there's flowers, there's animals, and everyone looking pretty happy and at one, and the sea and the moons and nature. So that's what the card is. So it's called Canini. In each other we find ourselves. There is a spiritual purpose that only you can fulfill. As you move forward on your journey, you create space for others to move along behind you. And as the ones ahead of you move forward, so too does room open up for your expansion. Upon this earth, we are all building the sacred temple, each fulfilling our tasks as we assist and support each other in our collective divine mission. How can you help with your heart most actively engaged? What can you offer which inspires and energizes you so much that others are uplifted in your presence? How can you receive from others joyfully, bringing them pleasure? Engage in giving and receiving deeply and with devotion. Your wisdom and openness to life generates healing for our earth. Healing is indicated especially of wounds about connection and trust, safety and tribe, belonging and permission to be a unique individual. At a physical level, more vitality is indicated and ample energy for healing. At a spiritual level, a deepening awareness of unified consciousness is opening up within you, which will bring you into deeper divine communion and increase your effectiveness as a healing presence and sacred activist in this world. You have a destiny to fulfill, and there will be much help from many different people to fulfill it. The universe wants you to succeed. Do not hesitate to ask and receive assistance, for your fulfillment of your own mission helps others. The first peoples of Australia recognised sacred connectedness between the spiritual and the earthly and the bond that exists between all beings. They refer to this as Canini. In South Africa, the concept of Ubuntu describes a universal bond connecting all of humanity. Ubuntu and Canini honour the understanding that the individual grows and develops, flourishes and expresses purpose and meaning connection with the greater guiding purpose of the collective. To honour Canini, to honour Ubuntu, means to honour ourselves and each other as we seek out and fulfil our purpose for the greatest good. Our purpose is what brings our being to life, what we feel we must naturally do. There is loving and healing genius in the divine design and the fulfilment of our authentic spiritual destiny. So are all beings assisted in the fulfilment of their destiny too. There are times when the spiritual path requires separation from a collective and the consciousness it holds. We may feel an internal disconnection from society during such phases as we sift through the societal conditioning, casting aside that which does not strike us as truth and seeking alternative views. As we distill our consciousness, we discover a new way to be. Then when it is time, we naturally seek to live and share this internal truth with others. We reach out to our tribe or discover new tribes, integrating into the social fold with our precious offering of rarefied awareness. We realise that conflict with societal values serves a purpose. It helps us clarify our own consciousness so we grow stronger spiritually, psychologically, and emotionally. Our offering to our communities can then become a numerous alchemical wisdom. A person in alignment with Canini becomes a conduit for the intelligence of life itself. Their personal journey has a transpersonal effect. They become sacred activists at a deep level of being. Through their presence, things happen. They become a natural catalyst for healing transformation. A human enriched with Ubuntu is open to others, encouraging of the good in other beings. They are self-assured, knowing they have an inviolable place and purpose in life. They understand that they can only gain from assisting others. So the spiritual progress of another person and the sacred empowerment that comes from it is inspirational rather than a source of jealousy or self-doubt. In the Tibetan Buddhist tradition, the principles of Canini and Ubuntu are found in the Bodhisattva vow, where great souls plunge themselves into sacred service for the spiritual liberation of all sentient beings. These teachings help us evolve from competition to the realization that the moment another is oppressed, denied, or diminished, suffering is released into the collective. The more sensitive we are spiritually, the more we recognize this, and the more motivated we become to serve the evolution of humanity for the benefit of all beings. Canini reminds us that we can't thrive as a human being in isolation. Our humanity happens in connection with each other through our relationship to the earth and Great Spirit. Spirit wants this for each one of us. We are provided the grace to heal wounds and open our hearts so that we can discover our belonging to each other and to the divine. And through this, an authentic and compelling sense of devotion to purpose that heals our world. Now, there's a small healing process for you. So in a minute, I want you to get comfortable or lie down. It's only really short. But how uncanny is this card? It popped up and I asked Spirit or the Divine, what do the collective need to know right now? What do people need to know? And believe me, the right people will find this video. I don't care who shares it. I mean, it's great if you share it, because not for me, but for people to get a message. But it's just uncanny, isn't it? So I know amongst all this darkness, I know that I have the capacity to be strong, be courageous for other people, for myself and my family and my loved ones. So I know that I can help with spiritual teaching and healing, because that's what I do. I'm a healer. That is what I was born to do. So I'm happy to help you. But the more people that can get connected themselves, you know, all I'm asking is for you to follow your truth. That's it. So if you're open, you do the best that you can do. That's all that anyone's asking of you. That's all that we can do, isn't it? So if you can find a place to sit or lie comfortably and imagine, feel or visualize that every being on the earth is being blessed by divine love. Silently, with reverence and joy, see every being captured within a circle of golden light. This is what I taught the other day about wrapping yourself within your egg, within your protection. That's what it is. It wraps itself lovingly around the earth. Plants, animals, human beings, trees, bugs, lost souls, and isolated humans. All beings are included in the divine encircling embrace. A feeling of peace, unity, and healing builds within this circular field. Rest here for as long as feels good. When you are ready, gently sit up and hear me say, just be mindful of these words. May all beings know peace, divine love, and merciful protection. May each one of us know true belonging and fulfill our sacred purpose with open hearts and willing minds. So be it. Place your hands in a prayer position and bow your head. You finished your healing process. You can do that anytime you want. That will take you a minute, won't it? Just lay down or sit down wherever you are. Close your eyes. Imagine that beautiful golden light, bubble of light around every being and the whole of the earth. So it's got some loving protection. And hopefully it brings a bit of peace. So I just thought that was absolutely uncanny, and I had to share it with you. So I know these times are super tough. You know, all of us are feeling pain and sadness. Some people aren't actually, but never mind. I need to pick myself up now. It's been a rough couple of days, and pick myself up and move forward. So I have put so much stuff on Facebook, and I know some people probably can't even face looking at one thing, or some people think it's nuts because they have that cognitive resonance where they can't shift out what they know because it's just too scary. So anyway, I will be back and I'm going to tell you how to meet your guides, and that will be the next one. It will be within the next couple of days. So I hope you're all well, and I can't wait to see you soon. Take care. Bye.